king. He's a bitch.
Oh, you can make us an igloo or something.
Fun. Can I do that?
You absolutely can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get my massive cock.
I'm also gonna try and like investigate that flute finally.
Make me an Arcana check.
16 plus 0.
16.
That's
pretty good.
Good.
You are not trained in Arcana, so you haven't studied the ways of magic and things, but you've picked up a few things over your years.
Wait, we're resting now, right?
Yes.
Can I Whisperers of the Grave make my Arcana better?
I think that happens at the end of a long rest.
Oh, at the end. Okay, never mind. Sorry. All right.
I can help. I'm quite intelligent.
Oh yeah, can you help
I've
me?
got reasonably good Arcana there. Shall I roll as well?
Do you want to hear what I was going to tell you? You learned about it first,
You
and
go
then,
ahead.
and then we'll see if we need to do any more.
I just assumed it wasn't it.
16's a good number.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
You haven't studied Arcana and you haven't studied the ways of magic, but over the years you've picked up on various little things through like looking out for traps. When you were being trained at the circus, they were telling you like don't snip a pocket if it's got this symbol on it because that's like an abjuration spell that'll like alarm the guy. And
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I wish I had that for some stuff.
Yeah, don't try and pickpocket this thing because if it's got this symbol's like conjuration and it'll conjure something to hurt you, or evocation is magic, this and this. So you've kind of picked up on the schools of magic. You recognise that the inscriptions and runic magic that's on this bone flute is definitively necromancy. It's a necromantic flute. It has something to do with the flow of life and death. Necromancy isn't always bad, by the way. In my games, like healing magic is also a form of necromancy because it's the manipulation of life energy.
Right.
But quite often it's to do with revivification or raise the dead or stuff like that.
We've got Calcet's body.
We
do have Calcet's body.
But I'm gonna go up to the empty Chi-Chi, the empty Dahlia, and I'm gonna like first try to like, are you there? Or talk to
No response.
Dahlia's spirit and like, do you
Dahlia's spirit is there,
anything?
and she says, I don't recognize that body anymore. I have not been part of that vessel for some time.
I'm gonna ask her, like, is it okay if I like try to bring her back?
If you wish.
Oh.
I just don't wish for you to dwell on me not being there. One day you are going to have to move on.
Oh, I'm gonna like wave her away because I'm not listening to that. Now I'm gonna like stare at the empty Chi-Chi and I'm gonna blow on the flute.
Okay.
I don't think you should do that. I think
Through playing the flute, you find your fingers are just like naturally finding the notes to use. You just release yourself to the flute, and you are playing this beautiful but very haunting music in a minor key. And as you play, you see Chi-Chi's body start to twitch again, and it looks your way, and you see the little spark of the ember shard fire behind the eyes start to illuminate again, and she looks your way. Just.
Can you hear me? Are you Dahlia? I'm gonna ask Spirit Dahlia again, is that you?
That is not me. She is moving in the same way that Calzette made her move. I think you have control of her now. And you have just cast Animate Dead on your sister's corpse. She is a zombie under your control.
I don't know what to do.
I think we should kill her and bury her in the swamp.
Speaking as someone who is undead, that's not life.
I'm so conflicted because Sneaky has such a like she's not rational when it comes to like what she's done about her sister. And I feel like she would get a little defensive and be like, you wouldn't understand. And I'm gonna like put it back.
Right.
Also, we're trying to, I feel like when we do eventually kill the other guy, Bone
Caller.
I think she's probably just gonna be a corpse again.
And I'm gonna like ask you to just let me have this for a little while longer. and then I'm gonna go sulk by myself
Sulk
in a corner of the.
Yeah.
I've made you like a little room that you can go and cry
Yeah,
in.
thank you.
The tent.
And I'm gonna make
Just
eyes.
fall across an icy curve.
See ya!
Create a bunch of icicles that just hang down like.
I'm gonna make
Drapes.
eyes at Buble and Aaron. Go, that's really bad.
It's not good.
She's lost it. Look, are you happy with that?
What?
You. Oh, what?
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 You know what you did.
What?
You played the flute. Now your sister has been reanimated and she looks disgusting. And I think that smell is her.
That is 100%.
That smell is her corpse. We have to.
Do we ditch her? No, wait.
What?
Who suggested? Somebody suggested ditching her.
So my instinct is to always just run, so I just
Avoidant attachment style.
As an undead puppet, the sooner that she is able to let go of that, the better.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Good night.
Roll
That's
over.
what see you guys in the morning.
Good night.
Okay, so as you all prepare for sleep, unless there's any other downtime activities you want to be doing, we'll.
Can I just punch
long rest.
Calzette's corpse?
Yeah, you do.
Just at one point.
I also want. I also want a flag that. I think we should get rid of Calzette's corpse. I don't know why she bought it. I think that was a bad idea. Especially now we know this bone flute can bring him back to life. I think we chop him up, put the bits in different places. Never look at him again. I mean, we've got to chop it up.
Chopping.
Up. And I think we put the body parts in different parts as well. We cannot tell Sneaky. She's lost her mind. And she can't be trusted.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll feed part of the body parts to the bear, of course.
Of course, because it's a hungry little bear.
It's a hungry bear.
It's got a hungry, grumbling tummy, and we need to feed it.
We do. Can't have a hungry bear on our hands.
No, we can't.
The bear as well? I'm sorry, Sneaky, I don't know. She's really hot over here. The bear's got to go.
Here's him splashing outside as he's found some sort of frog or fish to like.
I'm here for chopping the body up and just tossing it around the swamp.
I don't know if it's too metagamey, but my idea, if it can bring back Calzette, is to like torture him for information about the Ember Shards.
Yeah, we do need to
before
find
we
that out,
like finally
Well,
maybe,
you know,
but I
well,
don't
you know the bone flute can animate him.
Yeah.
But he would be a zombie at that point and probably not be responsive to
I wouldn't
questions.
say anything. Oh yeah, well
Not as a
animate him
zombie.
just to like punch him.
There's
a bit
lots
and
of
then
different levels of like undead sentience and things. Someone like a
only thing
vampire keeps their sentience and stuff.
Useful
Zombies not.
for is if we have to impersonate him.
Have him walk into a camp as a zombie and hopefully he hasn't decayed too much.
He did have a very ominous last few words about, even though it's something I'm dead, I'm not gone, but I was so...
Yeah, well, I
Maybe
don't
we're
know.
bringing his body to exactly where he wants it to go.
That is true. And Sneaky also, you know, is like, you fucking use my sister, I'm gonna fucking
Yeah,
use you.
You hear
I'm
Sneaky
sorry,
just like,
Sneaky's too problematic.
You take
She's
your
got
time.
layers, she's got layers.
you've got to start problematic and then you've got room to grow, haven't you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Character acts. So anything else downtimey stuffs? You're going to chop up the body? Yes, no?
Yeah. I
I think
reckon
let's
Ara's
chop-
like, alright, let's just get to it now.
Yeah.
Not the first time.
Yeah.
You're going to allow it?
I would have assumed that Sneaky took them with her to
You can try, but you've got a -2 strength, so you can't exactly lug around a human-sized
Oh,
person.
can I like, come follow me?
If you want.
Oh no, Sneaky!
Oh, okay,
Like-
wait, maybe I don't do that.
Again?
Maybe I don't do
Would
that.
you do it?
I don't know. I don't know.
It could go one of two ways. Either he's going to be a really useful puppet, or he's going to be a really problematic puppet.
Can we talk about this in the morning? I'm really
We
exhausted.
can sleep on it, I guess.
And then
I think we chop
do
it up.
Good
You
night.
have to have a sleep. I'm exhausted. I'm
Okay,
gonna
yeah,
go sleep.
I'll definitely sleep. Like, you do whatever
During
you
the sleep.
do.
What do we do?
I mean, I kind of think we should chop up the sister, chop up the other dead guy.
I think we should chop up the guy. I
not
don't
the
think
sister.
that if we chop the sister up, I think Sneaky might chop up us.
The sister's already dead.
No, but I think she needs to come to terms with that.
Yeah, she needs some more closure before we do that.
Yeah. But the guy
Thank you,
we should
my
chop up. I think we
Team
should
that's not my like close friend.
My closest friend, yeah.
I think we should chop.
These strangers
But
you've
keep us-
known for like a week.
Like, keep
I've
his
known her for a long
his
time.
clothes,
Keep his clothes.
and his mustache.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want-
Because then we can disguise later.
All right.
Is that? Are we doing the right thing?
I don't know.
I need is it yes or no? I need a decision.
Oh man, this seems like a high stakes
quite
situation.
like an abrupt thing to just decide to chop a body up. I
You started it.
I think it's fun when we
Welcome
make
to
big
Dungeons and
choices.
Dragons, where every move you take ends up with somebody
I take out the
dismembering a
longsword
body.
and I don't want to let her
Oh, too late.
With
Done.
okay,
Done.
so
Dismemberment on 3 then. We're gonna
dismemberment on 3, loud or quiet?
maybe quiet. Dismemberment on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dismemberment. Let's go. Feel good about that.
yeah, and you didn't save any of the clothing or anything. You just
No, the clothing's off.
I'd already done
Oh,
that.
okay. Well, we
Yeah.
hadn't decided whether you were doing it or not, so
Yeah,
you did
hands off.
strip him.
I did.
You
yes.
took his body, you stripped him off of his clothes. You took his mustache as well. Like hacked that off his face or just pulled
Yeah, I
it.
just tried
Let's feed him
pull.
to the.
I'm not very strong though.
Make an athletics check.
Let's feed him to the bear.
Athletics. I need a stealth check from each of you as you strip this corpse and then chop it up.
Oh,
I got 11 for
like,
the
oh god,
Okay.
17.
Okay.
you do it.
Is that cocked there?
That is a little cock.
Is that a 3 cocked? It's a little bit cocked. You can roll that again.
It's a little bit cocked.
We've already got that one over here, so
Lovely.
two of you pretty stealthy. How do you cook this up?
I'm like, for whatever reason, Calzette, it's the ripping off of his mustache that I'm like, Ari's used to this, but sometimes she just can't. Like, maybe it's like that he's just, the mustache ripping off is too much.
Yeah,
but she
it's too
starts,
much because it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Velcro, but
yeah. Sorry guys,
Each
this
one's
doesn't usually
snapping.
happen to me. I'm usually really good at chopping up bodies, dismembering things.
the sound of dry retching wakes you, and you look around and see that
Get him out of
Dahlia's
my
still
island.
sort of just floating there waiting for your commands, but Calzette's body's gone. You hear movement outside as you fly outside.
Think
You
he's not-
see a naked Calzette corpse just in the swamp, and Horatio with a longsword about to chop it up.
I'm gonna fly in front of the sword. What are you doing? What are you doing?
We're chopping him up. And we're feeding him to the bear.
Because he's dead. I don't know if you're thinking right. I think that you were full of grief, and I don't know if we're safe with Calzette, who could come back to life and get all of us.
But my thinking is we tie him up and then maybe we can interrogate him about the shards.
Wow, you're really going for it, Buble.
I did it!
Oh, high five! Good job. That's really good.
Oh, what should I do next?
Oh, hey, Sneaky! You all right? You look like you've seen a ghost. You're making it weird. Can you say something? Because she's kind of making it weird.
I'm freaking out. What's your now?
You're making me scared.
Keep looking across to his face that's just got like the top lip missing from like the first like 7 layers of skin's just gone from all of his top lip.
He might not even be able to
Plus he's got a big hole in his cheek from your first arrow and other things too.
What do you think, Buble?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, will he even give us the info?
I don't know, but we
like
could
he
try.
I guess
make a decision.
If we try best case scenario, we get the info. Worst case scenario, he kills us all.
But what if we somehow incapacitate him first, tie him up, or maybe we freeze him, or maybe we. Do you think it would work after we chopped him up? Like if we chopped all his legs and arms off, and then like.
It's giving One Piece again.
I need to watch that.
Oh, you really do. It's
You
really
do. Okay, should we vote?
I vote you've already started.
So you're voting, chop him up. You're voting, chop him up.
Just because we didn't get enough information.
Okay, no,
I do
carnival.
see your point.
And then let me chop him up.
I feel like, to be fair, I'm going to trust you because you know more about this situation than I do. So if you don't think we should chop him up, okay?
Oh, have they seen me like talk to Dahlia?
No, you probably do know about Dahlia's spirit.
because
These two don't.
You won't know. Okay, we've been talking about it, but I guess I'll finally tell you that I'm a phantom rogue and like blah blah blah. I'm like researching necromancy and stuff. So
She's been, ever since the death of her sister, she's been not haunted by, but she's been visited by the spirit of her sister since then, and the sister actually like helps her be better at certain things. She asks her for guidance in the morning and stuff like that.
so I'll finally like.
I think Arrow would still be like, I don't gel well with like the undead. I think that she's so biased against it being a curse and a blight that she's just like
some
doesn't
contention.
understand it. So she's like, chop him up.
Right. Okay.
So we've got 2 and 2. We've got
I'm
a stalemate.
changing my mind.
You can change your mind.
I've been
away
convinced
from
by
chopping up.
Sneaky. She's my best friend. If you feel strongly about this, I'll support you. Yeah. And I feel anxious inside of myself.
Guys, the bear's gonna eat him.
Bear's just wandering over to this cop.
Someone feed it something.
Oh no.
Chuck it the mustache. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think if we restrain him, or maybe like, how about we compromise and I'll chop off a foot and we can feed the bear.
You go down to the corpse. You get down to the ankle bones, and you have to kind of crack and gristle and until the foot comes off.
Yeah.
Left foot, right foot.
What hand was he with his whip?
Right-handed.
So it's right foot.
Right foot. Right foot's gone. You throw that to the bear.
Oh, this is really.
Yeah, sometimes I like to make it really obvious what the consequences of your choices are. You're going to dismember somebody, I'm going to make you feel it. So you chop off this guy's foot and feed it to the bear. Then what? Just leave that and then be like, if he comes back to life, at least we can run away from him.
Yeah, I guess that's
True.
my like.
That's not a bad
Okay.
shout.
Hopefully that's a compromise.
Sleep
We're all
time?
happy with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Now we
Arrow's like,
sleep.
Okay, and now
Something
we
about
sleep.
this
Good
necromancy
night.
stuff was not looking
Okay,
easy.
you all go to sleep. For some of you, it takes a little longer than usual to get to sleep now after what you've been through.
Screaming.
just vague screaming in your head. Okay. Buble.
Good morning.
No, you're
I'm
dreaming,
asleep.
baby. You're about to have a dream.
Oh, I'm having a dream.
You look out at an...
I'm awake.
Nope.
Nope, I'm asleep.
You look out at an empty crowd, somewhat oxymoronically. The third time this week. You're beginning to wonder if the smell of the whale's rotting carcasses may be preventing people wanting to stick around to watch the act. Not for the first time you find yourself longing for a better venue. But venues cost pearl, and to earn enough to hire one, you've got to get a large enough crowd. Thus you find yourself back at the head of the vicious circle. But no matter, there are 2 people here to watch, and they deserve the best show that you can give them. Besides, what if one of them is secretly rolling in pearl and could become a benefactor of your arts? Given that one of them is picking at their tail scales and the other is hungrily eyeing up the whale carcass, you don't get your hopes too high. But the show must go on. Make me a performance check, see how you do tonight.
That works.
15 plus 6.
All right, you feeling onto it. You're like, man, I wish there was more people here to watch this performance. It's like beautiful and it's artistic, and you're pulling out some of your best work. You even get the merfolk that's picking at its tail scales to actually stop and look and pay attention, and it seems like they are out of it on some kind of seaweed. They are. Thank you. They're out of it, but they're like, whoa. They're actually reacting to something. Dude, that's beautiful. Towards the middle of the show, however, you see another figure enter. Your audience has just gone up by 50%. It's pretty impressive. It's another merfolk with dark green skin, highlights of algae-coloured tail scales, but a strangely bright red hair that floats freely above them, oddly twitching despite the lack of current here. The effect looks almost flame-like. No sooner do you have the thought of fire that suddenly you realize you've just sparked it within you again. You've managed to ignore the fire, but it's like trying to not picture a pink elephant. As soon as you think of the fire, suddenly you feel it in your stomach. Your stomach feels hot. I need a Constitution saving throw, please. See if you can prevent it from coming back.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, no, that's a
Not great.
good old 5, and then
5 plus your con save.
plus 1. Is it right?
Let me just double check. So this is your regular scores. Your saves are just here.
Oh, sorry.
Just in case you're proficient in any of them.
1.
No, you're not proficient in con, so it's a 1 anyway. So 6 total. Oh god, it's happening, and you feel it coming on. The water around you is still cool and dark, so you can tell that the heat is coming from within you as usual, and it quickly rises. Like a body rejecting a bad curry, the heat quickly rises up through your chest and into your throat, and before you can stop it, a cone of superheated water is blasting forth from your mouth. You try to redirect it away from your audience, at least. Make me a dexterity check to see if you can.
I'm so glad we went with the
Nat
mouth
20.
guys.
Thank you.
Wow.
You do not scold the 3 audience members that you actually have and further damage your reputation. You just like push it upwards, and you see this scorch mark across the top of the whale carcass, across where your performance area is. You know that that's not going to heal because it's just further adds to the decay of this whale that you're in. When you finally can settle yourself again, you see that the audience has left in fear without paying. Except for the Sahuagin, who is gnawing on the whale carcass wall. Seems like he was just very hungry. The merfolk at the back has left, and in their haste to go, they seem to have left a bag made of fish skin. What do you do?
Oh, I mean, curiosity killed the cat, didn't it? So I'm going to go up to that bag.
You go up to the bag and you open it, and inside the bag you find a fine metal disc and some ropes and some kind of baton, some sort of batting of sorts. Inspecting it closely, you realize it's a gong of some kind. A deeply intricate symbol on one side and a different one on the other. With no way of finding the merfolk who left it, you're desperate enough to decide, you're desperate enough in financial straits that you decide to deceive yourself into pretending that this was left on purpose as your payment for the act. So you decide to sell it. But in the coming days, you find yourself connected to the gong in a way you can't understand, and you opt to keep it. It feels personal. Within a few days, it feels like a family heirloom, and you're not sure why. Make me an Arcana check, please.
Was 5, so 16.
With a 16, over the coming while, you can ascertain that the 2 symbols on both sides of this gong activate different magic if you strike it from one side or the other. One seems to have more of a fiery nature, and the other more of a watery nature. And then you wake in the morning. All long rested, so you can hit long rest on your character sheets.
Is it up here? No. Oops. No, it's up here. No, it's here.
Yep, the cat one.
You'll find it. Find long rest.
Campfire song.
As you all, are you good? Do you manage to long rest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. As you all get to your feet and start packing away your bedrolls and such, your adventuring gear, talking about what to do for the day, everybody make a perception check for me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what are we
Oh,
perceiving?
mine's cocked. Can I roll again?
Yes, you can roll again.
11.
11 total.
Plus
16.
7 total.
Yeah.
16.
15 total.
15. The 2 of you hear that the sounds of frogs and toads and stuff have gone a little louder and a little more surrounding the ice tent that you're in.
Sneaky.
And as
Did you
you-
hear that? I did. It sounds like frogs getting louder.
Did you see that? Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
I hate it when frogs surround us in the night.
Did you guys hear that?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, you know, I did
attention to-
yesterday. The frogs
Paying
are getting
attention to what you're going to eat for breakfast.
Yeah, I
Sure
guess we
enough,
should,
as
I
you
hear
poke your
frogs.
heads out of your ice tent, you see an army of frogs just waiting for you, bullywugs
Should have
and
killed that
galore.
last
I was
one.
contemplating shooting it as it ran
You
away.
you see an enormous toad, about the size of a cow, sitting all bunched up and covered over by an untreated animal hide as though under a blanket. Its skin is warty and mottled green with a large yellow pustule on the top of its head.
Yuck.
Which you take a closer look and realise, oh, that's not a pustule, that's a tiny little crown that's on top of his head. Its bulbous eyes watch you lazily, and as you watch, its lips pull back in a grotesque mimicry of human speech. It croaks, "Well, well, well. What's this now? What have you brought me to my swamp, my friends?" And then it lifts its spindly front legs from under itself, revealing a few wooden planks strapped to one arm like a shield, and a tattered vulture's head umbrella in the other hand like a walking cane. And with the umbrella, it pushes itself huge torso up off the ground on its strong yet thin, shaking legs under the weight of this monstrous toad. And he says,
A pleasure to meet you. My name is King Lord Duke Sire Sir Conrau.
Oh, can you spell that?
Respected, esteemed mystery man of danger, handsome frog, best of the best person thing, first of his name, historic ruler of Lightwood, current ruler of Evelyn Swamp, which was once a forest and then was a swamp and is now returning to be in wetlands again ever since the Hourglass Coven moved in and then took over, but not took over so much that I'm not in charge anymore. Acolyte of Ramanas, Grand Croaker, lover of flies, lover of pies, wearer of the crown, tamer of the venom troll, usurper of Gullop the 19th of the Soggy Court, abbot, doctor, air marshal, admiral of the marsh, archbishop, chancellor, chief of the withered ones, throat king, eternal soundsmith.
I think you will find I am the Throat King. And the best of the best of the best.
Excuse me, that is very rude to interrupt me during my titles. I'm going to have to start again. I am King Lord Duke Sire.
Can you reiterate what your first name was?
His name is King Lord Duke Sire Sir Conrau. C-O-N-A-R-A-U. Conrau.
I'm gonna call
King Lord Duke Sir.
I am surprised they got through so much of that before somebody interrupted. That was a third of his titles.
So he's the doctor? He's an MD?
It is almost an entire page of titles. And I was like, I wonder how much of this I'll get through before you interrupt me, because you're much less interrupting than the guys who got through like 7 words before they interrupted him. I was like, these guys are much more respectful.
To clarify, he is actually Dr. King Lord
no,
Duke Sir.
King Lord Duke Sire Sir Conrau, and he used doctor as part of his accolades, yes.
So he's an MD?
He's maybe, or a PhD, you don't know.
No, right.
Oh shit, I want to
PhD
try and...
in what? Being a slippery little...
And as he introduces himself and you meet King Lord Duke Sire Sir Conrau, I will leave it there and we'll pick up there next time. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
See you in the next episode.
So, what brings you to my swamp?
Excuse me? That is not how gentlemen greet each other.
But the rest of you start to smell smoke.
Do you smell that?
Do you smell that? Do you smell that?
Can you guys smell that?
In the center of this ring of trees, a humanoid with pink skin and horns, utterly delighted at how she's created this sort of inferno from nothing.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please consider watching more of our episodes, which you can find over here, or if you want to watch the guys campaign, you can over here. But we're cooler, so watch out.